Welcome. This is another Battle for Rakir update. I've added a bunch of stuff since the last time, and I'm actually trying to get this game ready to release, I guess, to itch.io. I have not really decided where to put it yet. I do want to release it somewhere that people are not going to see it first, so that I could get some feedback and fix it up before I release it somewhere like Steam. So this is Battle for Rakir, and let me just go through the things I've changed since the last update. So I think I changed this loading screen, and I added some spawns in the background to, fight and make the main menu look a little bit more interesting. We're going to go ahead and start a new game. And this is all the same as it was before, more or less, except for one thing has changed. I actually implemented the starting bonuses. So the terrestrial order gets 50 experience, which means they start at level 2. The Twisted Suns get this starting ability. The Guild of Eyes gets this starting ability, and the Fifth Society of Viceroys, who are like the nobles, they just get a ton of money. Now, for the purpose of demonstrating things, I'm going to go with a bunch of money because it will let me kickstart my game a little bit. Another new change is that I also added this customize option. Before, you had to start and everyone had the same starting ship and blah blah blah, but I thought, professional games let you customize your start a little bit, so that's what I went ahead and tried to do. I created this customize option, and here you see some basic information about your character, like your organization and your faction. Oops, it's just Rakir twice, whatever, it's a typo. I'll try to avoid pointing out the typos and bugs because I'm sure there's a million of them. But here you can see we have our starting money, and this is our ship, and these are the weapons that we can pick. So I happen to know that a good starting ship is this one, but let's just go through it all. Whatever ship you click, it'll give you a little description about it, and it'll show you what weapons you can pick. I didn't really list the ship stats because I don't think the user really needs to know. Just pick a thing and play. You can see the ship stats once the game starts. But I do know that a good ship to start with is this, the Tornado Heavy Fighter, because it has drones. And drones are very OP in this game. Let's see. What's a good weapon to use? I'm just trying to pick the most overpowered stuff that I possibly can, because it would be nice to be overpowered in the demonstration. So we're going to go ahead and start the game. And okay, we got some display bugs, but whatever. We've already seen this conversation before, so we're going to go ahead and skip past it. So one thing I added to this guy that I'm actually not going to go through it right now, but I gave him a pretty badass backstory. If you go through it, I'll just click through it slowly, so viewers could pause the video and read the conversation. But basically, instead of just being a random dude who's here and gives you missions, he actually has a backstory of how did he end up here, how did he end up in his rank of general, and I tried to make it as gruesome as possible. I think it came out alright. This is the main quest giver of the game, so I thought he needed a little bit more character. And I added some other options. He used to not really have any of these. It's tough adding dialogue, I'll say that. I'm not a writer. Indie developer has to be the writer, the developer, the quality assurance. It's a pain in the ass to do everything. But I did my best. I seem to always be sick when I record these videos. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just pick up this mission so I can show you where it is in the new area. So, one of the things that I changed a lot that you're going to see right now. Alright, I ran into some technical difficulties, but it's a great chance to show you another thing that I have made since the last iteration of this game, which is the ability to load your saves. So, you automatically save every time you enter a level, and you can reload it. So, we had entered this level, and here we are. So this is level 2, and I changed this from the way it worked before because I realized that the game was too difficult, and I wanted to be able to have a level that was a little bit easier in between the start and the rest of the game, because in this game you are fighting basically a colonial power named the Federation that owns your planet, and you have rebelled from them, and they have come to just destroy you. The problem is they're really strong. In fact, they're so strong that as a level 1 character with no abilities, they really kick your ass. But I didn't want to tone them down, so I decided to add this level here in between that's handcrafted by me instead of being procedurally generated like a lot of the other levels. And in this level, you basically just have a lot of really easy enemies that you can fight and kill. And I wanted to add that so that the user could be eased into playing the game, where they could get a little bit of experience, get a bit of practice, get some more money and whatever, in order to be able to tackle the rest of the game. So this is sort of like a soft tutorial, and it's pirate themed. So the enemies in this area are all pirates, and they're not pirates from outer space. They're actually your own people, the criminals from your own planet who have escaped like rats into space, and now they're just abducting people, stealing stuff. You know, they're just trying to make the most of their horrible situation, and the way they're doing that is by robbing their own people, causing havoc. So you have the colonial power is destroying your planet and killing your people, and your own people are robbing you. It's, you know, it's ridiculous, but it seems like something that would really happen. Ooh, I should hire this one. So another feature that I added is the ability to recruit. Oh, I can't. Is the ability to recruit allies. So you'll notice here that I have 2 ships following me. Oops. That I can discharge, but I'm not going to because I want them to help me. And basically you can recruit a fleet. You could not do that before. So I have these 2 ships following me. They're going to help me fight the enemies. What's over here? Okay. And I did that so that you can control the world a little bit more, because I thought, you know, what's fun about games is your ability to affect the world that you're in. So if you have all these allies flying around, why not be able to reassign them to yourself to help you out? So here we have a refugee transport. Oops, you know what I forgot? One second. Should definitely fix that later on. I forgot that I put all ships in this area to have a timer that they would be destroyed after a certain number of seconds, because they sometimes get stuck. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just turn it off for the ship that I hired, because I don't want it to run away. Alright, so here we have a bunch of pirates that we've got to fight. And let's make the most of it, my little ally. So another thing that I added is that whenever you do damage to a ship, You get these little floating numbers. And that damage is included for any ships that you have recruited, that you control. And so any ship in your fleet, you'll see the damage numbers, and they'll actually give you a little bit of experience when they fight as well. Although most of the experience that you get is, of course, from your own weapons and your own fighting. So you do get experience from your drones. You do get your more experience from ships that you've recruited for your fleet. Like I'm going to recruit this one. And then I'm going to go quickly make sure that it doesn't have the destroy timer. Where is it? I'll have to add in the code that if you recruit a ship that it shouldn't have this. But that's an easy thing to fix later. So I've got these two ships following me around, and I've got my drone here. This is a drone ship. So it just spawns drones automatically every so often. So the situation in this level is that the pirates are blocking the exit with all these fortifications, and no one can get out. And you've got these NPC refugees who are trying to escape the planet, and well, that one got away, but for the most part, they're just getting destroyed. If we look around, you might see some refugee shipwrecks, actually. Let me see if I could find some without getting killed by these pirates. Actually, don't see any right now, but there should be a bunch. Oh, did all my allies die? Oh my god. Alright, that's not great. Well, another thing that I added, and I hope it's not working too buggy right now, is the ability, some advanced movement controls. So, I added the ability to keep range and the ability to orbit enemies. So all of this stuff is new. I'm not going to mess with it too much right now because this is a very big block of enemies, and I'm pretty sure they're going to wreck me if I get too close. So we covered the ability to recruit ships that are from your own navy. We covered the ability to move away from enemies. And these status bars are actually new too, these little red ones. I actually split the shield and HP bars into separate bars, but these ships actually don't really have shields, so you won't see it here. Go drone, help! Kill these goddamn things. God damn it, the drone died too quick. Well, I actually added another very cool feature on the topic of controlling the universe that you're in. Oh, is this my my ship came back? No, it's not. That's a new one. All right. So I actually added another feature, which is the ability to create buildings. So we're going to try and do that right here. If you right click, you have a deploy option, and you can deploy all sorts of stuff. In this case, I'm just deploying little turrets. And they will hopefully help me to kill all these enemies. So I thought this would be cool too, because you have all these, you have this world space, right? And wouldn't it be cool? God damn it, I'm gonna die. Ah, fuck.